Well, here goes my first attempt at my YouTube videos. We're going to call this God, Family, Patriots. That's basically what this is going to be about. Pretty low tech, just me coming at you with stories in hopes that if I could reach one person, it'll be worth it. And to share my thoughts and something that my family can look back on. And so that's it. Today is basically I decided to do this today because my daughter and her fiance are headed towards a funeral service. It is her friend and her fiance's best friend. Very sad, and as everybody is, because you're going to miss that person here and miss everything about them. But what we don't think about is that that person is with God now. And so much better than here, especially with everything that's going on, and we'll get into that in future videos. But basically, this is about returning home to the Lord, and for those of you who don't believe, that's fine. For those of you who are kind of in the middle, maybe this will help you and enlighten you a little bit. And those of you that truly believe in Lord as your Savior, God bless you, and that's awesome. Let's continue on this journey, get closer to God, and put Him first, and you will see so many changes in your life. So today we're just going to think about them and realize that they're missing the physical person, and I will get into another video about losing my mom and my struggle with the Lord. But we don't realize that we're only here for a certain amount of time. I believe that that is predetermined. We're here to learn lessons. Even in death is a lesson. Maybe not for the person who passed, but for other people. And I see that already in his passing, that even his best friend has now decided that he needs his friends in his life, and he's reaching out and he's creating a whole new life for himself. Isn't that great? Although death is never great and it's never easy. One, it's inevitable. Two, I had to learn the hard way. It's how we handle it. And three, they are in the God's hands and feeling so much better. And one day we will all get to feel that peace too. So, today I guess I will start with, I've always been close with the Lord, and also please feel free to share your stories if you are close with the Lord. How did it happen? Was there a certain thing that made you close with the Lord? Whatever. If you're an atheist, your comments are welcome too, because everybody deserves a shot at getting this peace, and just if it's nasty and vile, I will delete it. Anyway, so I've always been a big believer in God and Jesus, and all through my life, it was there. My mom talked about it and those kinds of things, but it wasn't center in my life at all. And then 11 years ago, 11 and a half, because whatever, I have a history of working in the transplant world, and so I knew. I'd watched a transplant. I knew about the organs and all of that. My mother went to the hospital and was diagnosed with lung cancer, stage 4. And I was sitting there, and the doctor came in, and all I heard was inoperable. I knew what that meant. My brother and sister, don't think realized. I immediately got up, and I went to the chapel. Like, that's an odd thing for somebody who believed in God, but really never thought about it much. I went straight to the chapel and sat there and cried my eyes out, because I knew this person. It was not only my mother, but the most important thing in my life. my best friend. I didn't remarry, so she was kind of like my husband, played that role. And I guess a lot of this is the story of my mom and my relationship. I just went there and prayed, and and then the rest kind of moved on. She ended up living a year and a half with stage 4, which is remarkable, 18 months. And she asked God for one thing, which was not to suffer, and she didn't. Um, I wasn't there the night she died. I left because I didn't even think about it, and she passed that night. A lot of counseling over that one because I left her alone. But through a lot of counseling and reflection, I realized that she probably couldn't have gone if I was there. Um, she was more worried about me than she was her own self. So, and it took a long time. Anyway, and then the anger came. I was mad at God. Why would you take the one thing that's the most important thing in my life? You name it, I said it. And many years of depression followed. And I'm not sure what started it, but I heard that God can't stop the things that are here on earth from hurting us. He can't stop things like cancer. He can't stop accidents and wrecks and and even what is going to take everyone's life. Maybe it's already predetermined, or lessons that we need to learn, or like I said in the beginning, lessons other people need to learn. But I still was angry, rightfully so. Years of depression, and but when I realized that it was not God's fault, that He didn't do that to her, but He did grant her something. He granted her wish of not suffering, and I miss the physical person being here, but the closer at that point that I got to God, I realized that yes, the world or whatever took her, but He provided everything I needed from that time on. And I was finally able to start seeing that. So that's one example. Why are we here? What are we doing? Um, but for today, I think that is the first lesson that we'll talk about, is the passing of people and the hole that it leaves in our hearts. And they are in a better place. They don't know anymore the pain and the struggles and the hurt that we feel. It's the people that are left behind that hurt. And try to take comfort in the fact that it's a lesson, and you can grow, and it may take some time, and that's okay. A lot of people have lost a loved one, children, whoever it may be. Not sure how I would handle that. Don't want to find out. But I'm just thinking of the person that passed and their friends and their family. And I know that God will be there to protect them, guide them. And I know that He's in a better place. He's where we hopefully all want to go. And that's it for this one. Next, we will discuss a story of what happened 2 years. Let's see. We'll get into that. of what happened when God knew I couldn't handle it anymore, the missing and the depression, and something that happened that a soul came back into my life that I needed. And that was a great day. So, for the first video, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you, if you see this, that you comment, share a story or a blessing or whatever you feel that you want to share. And until then, God save our republic. God bless everyone.